Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. That sounds good to me. Publish on the video. Headphones on. Alright, hello and welcome back to the stream. I am Alamorn, and right now we are jumping right back in to the Shadowbringers MSQ. When we last left off, we had just confronted Vothri, and we found out that he had a Sin Eater in his tit. And then he flew away on tiny pretty wings. And so now, I believe we're helping people out around Yomar? And we also gotta find a way up onto his magic mountain. So, let's do that. So here is some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they can receive proper attention. I would appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now, these affected are scattered all over the city. I suggest starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you're done, be sure to let Reen know. Alright, so to the derelicts. It feels weird that this is technically part of the city. I mean, because we're supposed to be rebuilding Ishgard along the way of this expansion. So, does that mean this area is just going to stay like this? Nice well spots, okay. He ate too much ass. Don't worry, you sleep that ass off, you'll be fine. Alright, now where to next? The mainstay. So for those who didn't watch the last stream, I got to level 80. I completed all the tank roll quests, and I summoned Frey for the first time, and freaked the fuck out. Uh-oh, look at this. You see that shit? Can I get higher up and jump down? Maybe from there? I'm gonna give it one attempt. Just one. Not without talking to this person first. Are you serious? Oh my god. Wow. I was so fucking close. Oh well. I said one shot, that's all I get. So where are we going to now? The canopy. I keep thinking her name is Meowin, but it's just Melvin. Not cat related at all. Stop thinking about that ass. Alright then. I wonder, is this going... Vendor, merchant, splendors. Then you got collectible exchange here. Materia melders, materia vendors. I wonder if this is going to be the endgame area, where you go to trade in all your poetics, where you go to trade in your tomestones. Sure, Alphino and Alizé would appreciate the help. And should you find other enthralled citizens, please see that they are brought to me.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy?
I currently see three of the same person. They're like not even hiding the fact.
What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this.
You go do you, boo.
Citizens of Yulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vortri is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
Let me check that on you. They're like not even hiding the fact.
What in the world is going on?
There's an echo again. Thought so.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Let me adjust these settings again. There's a couple tricks I got for this. Check these settings in here. That should be fine for the mic level.
Are you saying we were Vorthri's puppets all this time?
There's a couple tricks I got for this. There's a real big delay too. past couple of streams have been fine. I don't know why this one acted up so much. I'd like to take care of this problem now while I can. The stream's like a full minute behind. I wonder what's going on here.
Are you saying we were Forthry's puppets all this time?
Alright, that seems to have gotten rid of the echo. I want to see if it's purely based on how loud the volume is in my headphones.
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true.
I'd like to take care of this problem now while I can. Stream's like a full minute behind. I wonder what's going on here. Purely based on how loud the volume is in my headphones.
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true.
Okay. So it's not the volume of my headphones. That's going to take more troubleshooting, but for the time being the problem seems to be fixed.
But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Volthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims. For history. For your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vorthry.
Alright then.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I for one hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vorthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If
What
at all
about the
possible,
big
we
elevator?
would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
What about the big Game of Thrones
The
elevator?
ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vorthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a Talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos?
Are you one of the
hear all
engineers?
about them, don't you, dearest?
Oh, he
if
is.
anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Put on the spot.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
Well, you're going to.
You can't.
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Yay! Alphino did a good. Yeah, okay, audio's fine now. Just one last check before we do the rest of the stream. Alright. Honor is situated to the north and west of right. Why couldn't you just say northwest, man? Why you gotta say north and west? Makes me think there's two ladders. Let us make our way there. You know, I thought there was going to be a lot more fat chocobos, Mikotes. We were promised at least 3 fat Mikotes, and we only get 1. Worst expansion ever? Hello? Oh, but get over the rock. Here we go. We hear. Now my watch begins. Allah, dost thou see yonder pair of Talos? For a blessing, they were found to be in good repair. Master Chai prepareth to activate them as we speak. With our arcane knowledge, Ishtola and I will serve as his assistants. At the appointed hour we shall imbue the golems with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which hath too long lain neglected. Extensive maintenance will be needed ere it can move again, as well as myriad materials with which to perform it. If thou art willing, we would prevail upon thee to procure lumber. Dude, I don't have my botanist leveled yet. My thanks, Allah. Directly to the south thou wilt find a dry dock. Venmont yards. Pray see if thou canst persuade the folk there to part with some lumber for our cause. Now when last I left Kalusia, I'm pretty sure I'd gotten all the Aether points, except for the ones that are up top on the cliff. So how many of those are left? There's quite a bit. Okay. Well. Hello? I need you to give me some of your wood, please. Oh there, sinner. Haven't seen you around before. New to Gate Town, I take it? If you need lumber for a shack, you've come to the right place. We can do the building for you too, though that'll cost extra. You want lumber to restore the ladder? Why in the world would anyone want to do that? If you don't have the coin, the least you could do is come up with a believable excuse. But look, I'm not one to turn folk away. I'll give you your lumber if you do me your favor in return. I just finished taking stock of our supply. Was about to do another round for good measure. I want you to do the counting instead, and we'll see if your total matches mine. Now, some of the lumber is lying about the yard. Most of it is kept in the storehouse. For these, you can just ask Grithirl for the number. Here, I'll lend you some writing materials so you can take notes. Is this another Are You Paying Attention quest? Take stock of the supply and worship here. $11 planks. Just so I don't mess this up, I'm getting out my calculator. Alright, so we have 11. $24. Taking stock, are you? Well, last I counted, we had 68 planks in the storehouse. Plus 68. 9 of those were rotted, though. So we tossed them out. Minus 9. Another load's just arrived. Planks, I'm told, but one's damaged. That's only good for kindling now, so plus 12. Dude, people who skip through cutscenes are gonna get so fucking frustrated at this. Right then, bring the good ones here, and be sure to let you know as well. I'm playing specific now. You're writing down those numbers anyway, right? I'm sure you can work it out. You dot reservations. is a total of 106. Planks did you count? 106. That's exactly what I counted. Thanks for your help, friend. Digging stock fair puts me to sleep, but it has to be done. As promised, I'll give you your lumber. What do you need it for anyway? You were serious about the letter, I'll be damned. If that's the case, please let us help with the work. We're shipwrights with no ships to build, only shacks. While it's a living, we all itch for something greater. This fellow you say is in charge. You reckon he'd mind if the likes of us barging in on his project? Mind? He'd welcome help. Wonderful. I'll round up the lads and lasses and we'll head over to the ladder, along with all the lumber you need. Back we go. Oh good, you can see the mountain up there. Well, the edge of it for now. I kind of hope that stays in the skybox forever. That'd be nice. Alright, Urianger, I did some math and now I'm here. Again, in italics. Thou art returned. Wert thou able to procure the lumber? Oh well, to secure not only the material, eager cooperation of the shipwrights besides. Our expertise shall greatly avail our efforts. Master Chai's own efforts have not been without struggle, but he hath proven himself to be a determined soul. I doubt not that... God damn it, Urianger. I doubt not, but that the work shall be completed ere long, and we may continue on our way once more. Though it hath been years in the making, at long last do the people stand united in defiance of the world's fate, their hopes spurring us ever onward towards journey's end. Whatsoever may await us, when thou takest those final steps, I pray that it shall be with a smile upon thy face. What are you trying to say? What do you mean, when thou takest those final steps? What's so final about those steps, man? What? God damn it. Final steps. I'm not going anywhere. Bitch. The view from above. But prematurely do I give myself to sentimental musings. Many more pressing concerns demand our attention, not the least of which is the matter of how we might reach the mountain, detached from the land as it is. For the present, 'twould appear we have matters here well in hand. Perhaps thou should take thine ease for a time. Thou wilt need every ounce of thy strength for the trials ahead. I think you mean the trial ahead? No, wait, he's right, there is. Because you got the 78 one, then you'll have the 71, then you have the 2 prime. Yeah, he's right. Maybe I should just go to sleep. Let's do that. Let's take a big sleep. Good night, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Okay. All seriousness. Seriously? We're actually just gonna wait here for the work to be done? Alright. I guess Allah will just stand here and look pretty.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulmore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible?
Me, bitch.
Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason?
Throw down.
You conquer them. Crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones, a difficult feat to achieve. But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it.
Are we ready to begin our watch?
Ah, the vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying?
Sometimes, even a devil may cry.
Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarok.
Amarok?
Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed.
Why do I get the feeling I've heard that name before? Amarat.
Not that you would remember any of this.
What do you mean I wouldn't remember it? Of course I wouldn't. I wasn't alive back then. What was it? Millions of years ago? No, it was like 10,000. I forget the timeline of this. Wait, this is a thing? Remember? Are you saying...
Never mind.
Are you saying I was there? Excuse me? Am I an Ascian? Hello? Emmett?
The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal, a complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the Exarch? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl?
Listen, man. I don't know. That's the question I've been asking this entire expansion.
What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
practice that.
You could do it, dearest. I never doubted you for a moment.
God, Emmett dropping all these implied shit. Is he really saying we're from the original, like, source or whatever it's called?
It's alive. I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood. Knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. Solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for emet-selch. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that. Especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
It's
The three of us have been
alive!
invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else.
Alize, I love you, girl. So I'm gonna let that pun slide. But if you're gonna throw any more puns at me, they're gonna have to be a little bit more clever than that.
That's the spirit. Come on then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure, we ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears.
Come on, get up here.
No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
Is this battle music? I mean, it is, but there's no battle going on up here. Unless this is just going to be the normal music for up here. Up here, there's something you need to see. Look at this bee. That's quite the view. There's a village, Vala, over to the northeast. So there is. Yet after 2 decades without the ladder in operation, would not be surprised if such an isolated settlement had long since been abandoned. Nor I, but that was before I spied someone leaving it and proceeded to head in our direction, all the while trying to remain unseen. Whoever this mysterious person is, they should still be out there. Go on and take a look, Alma. Waiting for any bit of movement. Excuse me. You are unflinching, but this probably isn't the mysterious person. Okay. I'm looking. Oh. Oh. I didn't think they'd be that close. There's someone, right? And they were spying on us. Personally, I don't feel comfortable not knowing who they are. What do you say we investigate? I'm curious too, I must admit, and I dare say we have a bit of time ere the others ascend. It's settled then. Let's head to the village and see if it's indeed inhabited. To the west. South. This must be on the other side of this wall. Scree? There it is. Next one is a bit away, so we won't worry about it. Whew. All right. Dried what? Victuals? Looks like sausage to me. You hear a faint sound from inside the building, however the door refuses to bulge. Budge, not bulge. Murals are laden with unknown contents. Can I go in here? Yes. Oh, I found a lalafell. Cups are half empty or half full, depending on how you see such things. Behind the counter, a kettle bubbles steadily over the stove. There are people here. Beware. What news, although? Were you able to find anything of note? People are definitely still living here. I couldn't find a more mysterious person. Maybe this place is still... Indeed. While there is no one to be seen, 'tis plain that this village is anything but abandoned. If the villagers are trying to conceal themselves, they are doing a rather poor job of it. But they don't wish to be seen. What are we to do? Say, aren't you the ones who saved my life? Oh yeah, this guy. I remember now. So you're from up here. You're Tristal, the artist from Yomor. You remembered. Ever since we parted ways, I worried for you. Bound for the city as you were. Never did I imagine we would meet again, and here of all places. We could say the very same thing of you, my friend. I'm glad to see you hale and whole. But tell me, what is this village? This is Amity, a settlement made up of those who survived being exiled from Yulmore. As I wandered the wilds, I chanced to cross paths with an inhabitant of these parts. He took me through a secret tunnel which led to the top of a bright cliff. I've been here ever since. Life is hard, but we know a semblance of peace. Well, we did at any rate until Mount Gold broke away from the earth. Then just as suddenly, the ladder started moving again. You feared whoever was coming up would threaten your lives. Aye, but I see now there's no cause for concern. Will you tell me what has brought you here? The big dude broke the mountain and now he's floating up there somewhere. So Vathri's a sin-eater, and he's fled to Mount Golg. It is a strange tale, but I have no reason to doubt your words. I owe you my life. If there is anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Your help would be most welcome, Tristal. To begin with, we request your people's permission to reconnoiter that word again, this area. If we are to confront Valkyrie, we must find a way to reach Mount Golg. Of course, you hardly need our permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and yours. Now, we haven't much to offer in the way of hospitality, but our village is at your disposal. Please use it as you see fit in your request. Yet another hapless soul that Alphino saved from mortal danger. I see some things never change. At any rate, it seems that brother has a mind to linger. Meanwhile, I have a mind for us to explore. Allah and I are going to scout out the area. We'll be back in a while. Oh, very well. Then just take care out there. Are we heading to the dwarf village now? I'm pretty sure that's what I see up there. Okay, so this is just the Upper Kalusha music, I guess. The path diverges. Let's split up so we can cover more ground. I'll go east if you would be so kind as to head west. We can aim to meet at the foot of the mountain, taking note of what we see along the way in a short while then. Off we go. Let's see, we have this tree and that thing. Got a big old rocky boy there. And we got this purple fart gas. Not sure what this is about. Guess we'll find out. Ah, I see. Oh, I didn't press the damn button. Does he show up in this? He probably still has to be out for it to work. I'm definitely going to be exploring that option later. Okay, to the right then. Cliff what? Cliff kite. Interesting name. More you say? There. Up we go. Should probably have checked to see if there's anything up here. To the south. There it is. Walked right past it. Excuse me? That's living wood. That's living wood. Okay, so he stays aesthetic. He looks like a Heartless. He looks like anti-form Sora. Like, just like it. Save for, like, markings and stuff, but that's so cool. And he is really dark in color. It's almost like he's a void. Can I switch? Oh, I can. Hello. I missed you. I hope you're doing good. Wouldn't it be crazy if... Oh. Damn. Oh well. Still. This is cool. I can't believe they have frickin' planks of wood you have to fight here. A gate. Chippy. Ow.
You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know about you, but I bumped into quite a few sin eaters out there. You too, then. It seems the closer we get to Mount Gulg, the more of them there are. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? If I were Vorthru, the first thing I'd do is surround myself with as many sin eaters as I could lay my hands on. And judging by the number we've already faced, his lordship is of the same mind. This is going to be a tough climb. But first things first. We need to determine if climbing is even an option. The more I look, the less likely it seems.
I bet we're gonna have to get the dwarves to make us some bullshit to get us up there.
Y'shtola is right to be worried. But flying may be our only choice after all.
That's elegant.
There you are. Master Alphino was afeard you had met with some misfortune.
Afeard? That sounds like a meme word, Urianger. And the Crystal Exarch.
Urianger. And you too, Exarch. What brings you here?
I wish to observe the final struggle with my own eyes. I arrived at Bottom Rung too late to accompany you, but I was in time to join Urianger and the others. Come, let us see how this unfolds.
Oh boy.
Well, it seems flying is off the table.
If we have learned that much, then the Machina have served their purpose.
Oh, they're from him. Well, I guess it would make sense if they were Alec and they came from the Crystal Tower.
Ah, so that's what they were for. Wasteful, but effective.
It would seem our foe will not be reached by land or air. We must needs withdraw to consider another course.
Teleport!
Master Alphino waiteth for us atop Rung. Thither should we make our way.
But what about the dwarves? We haven't gone to see them yet. If they were nice, they'd just teleport me back to the top rung. But they're not nice. They're very not nice. I'm gonna fucking go over here myself. No one can stop me. Unless there's literally something here that'll stop me. I don't know, it's just like an open gate to me. Okay, listen. For a second when I first saw this name, I thought it said tall warrior, and I was about to laugh my ass off. Okay. Seems weird that they have a normal size aetheryte when everything else is so small. Okay, now we can go back. I guess they're called the Thal. I thought they were just called dwarves. Unless it's like a specific tribe or something. Hup. Hup. Oh. Out of my way, rock man! Ow. Lucy. I get the feeling what I'm about to hear is, hey, there's dwarves over there. Maybe they can help. I didn't expect to see the Chais here. Though I suppose it's well within their rights. At any rate, it's time to tackle our next obstacle, finding a way to reach Mount Gulg. For this, we'll need to put all our heads together.
In short, there's no path, and the sky is thick with Vorthri's winged devils.
We might consider Amaro, but without extensive training, we cannot hope to contend with the Eaters. Yulmor's airship fleet, meanwhile, consists solely of transport vessels ill-suited for battle. And without the expertise of one such as Cid, we are in no position to attempt a refit.
Oh, it's so frustrating! That wretched mountain should jolly well come back down to us!
Now, dearest, we mustn't disturb these good people at their work. We've ridden the ladder and seen the sights. It's past time we took our leave.
The lady may well have the right of it.
We're gonna pull the mountain down out of the air.
Mount Gulg will not soon come down to Earth, nor can we compel it to do so. But if the mountain will not come to the land, mayhap the land may be made to come to the mountain.
So we're just gonna lift the ground up too?
In the form of a Talos. A Talos large enough to reach out and take the volcano in its grasp.
Excuse me? Are we gonna get a fucking
golem would be an
Gundam?
onerous undertaking indeed. Yet the principle seemeth sound in itself.
Balderdash! No one has ever made one even half that size. Leaving aside the small matter of logistics, which, by the way, would be no small matter, the design would be unimaginably complex. Though, I suppose, if its only function is to cling to the ruddy mountain, perhaps it needn't be. A solid base, firmly rooted to the ground, sacrifice mobility to simplify the construction, reducing materials required. Wait, what am I thinking? We would still need a veritable army of people to do the work. Left to the crew that helped down below, it would take decades, if not a nice round century.
So we need more hands. And what sort of things would these hands be required to do?
Oh, well, let's see. First, we need people to procure the stone for the chassis. The rock found near the mountain would suit our purposes well enough. It'd be a simple task to quarry the stuff, but given the stupendous quantity required, we need all the help we can get.
We have friends amongst the miners of Armoring. I will go and petition their aid.
While you do that, I'll make for Mordsuk. I'm sure I'll be able to drum up some support.
Then I shall return to Calusia. From fishers to carpenters, Yulmore is home to all manner of talented folk.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, yes, actually. Magic. Lots of the stuff, as much as possible. To awaken a Talos of this size would require an entire congregation of mages.
Many among the Knights Blessed are gifted in the arcane arts. I will recruit them to our cause.
Time to assemble the Avengers.
The Fey folk, too, possess surpassing aptitude in magics. Yet they are not wont to cooperate in the endeavors of men. Leastwise, not without making all manner of mischief. That being the case, I would instead call upon the people of the Crystarium, with thy permission, Exarch.
We are at your disposal, as are our Amaro and Chocobos.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you can call on not only the people of Yulmore and the Crystarium, but the Knights Blessed and the Maud, and even those miners? But that's just about everyone in Ballynorvrand. Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends?
Saviors of this world. Adventures of no import. The artist Alphino and his assistants.
Oh, dearest, have you forgotten already? Alfino told us that when we first met.
The artist Alphino and his assistants. Sounds like a good band name to me.
Actually, that may not have been... never mind.
So, as you can see, you will not want for bodies. I trust you will have your design ready in good time for their arrival. Norvrant is counting on you, heir to Daedalus Stoneworks.
We'll be back as soon as we can, and we'll bring the whole world with us.
Have we hit the level 78 question?
I take it we will be assisting Master Chai, though I am quite sure he has everything under control.
That's like the one emote that woman has. It's the Lalafell excited jump. Now what? Have the design ready, she says. In good time, she says. Does she even understand what's involved? Before I can even attempt to design anything, I need intimate knowledge of the land. The knowledge of locals. Last I heard, no one lives here. What? A village of Yomoran exiles? But those people have every reason to loathe a free citizen like me. They couldn't possibly be willing to cooperate. This will never work, never. I never should have fixed that ready lift. Never should have ridden it up here. Never should. Oh dear darling. Appears to have lost the plot. But he has it in Amala. He's the cleverest man I know. He just wants for confidence sometimes. If you were to give him some words of encouragement, I'm sure he can give you your Talos. Let's call it what it is. We're building a fucking Gundam. Alright, we're gonna assemble Voltron, that's what's gonna happen. And we're gonna pull the mountain out of the sky. A bit of advice I learned from his mother. He responds poorly to obvious praise. You'll need to find another way to stoke the fires of his motivation, awaken his sense of daring. Choose your words that will best encourage Chinese. In order to succeed, he must lift his spirits sufficiently during the conversation. Let me eat this food, it gives me +5 to my persuasion. How? Can't do it, no one can. If I was a vet 5, no one could even dream of it. I know. You hardly need to tell me that. Do you think I'd disappoint her if I could help it? Regardless of my own feelings, I can't do a damn thing without help from those villagers. And they're not bally likely to give it. Driscoll's among them? You said so yourself. Lest you've forgotten, we essentially sent him to his death. Even if the other person don't bear a personal grudge, you would never forgive us. I want to say it's either this one or this one. Willing to accept an apology. Wait, what am I thinking? Relying on others to fight my battles? It's disgraceful, is what it is. And it might even make things worse. In the end, not even questioning forgiveness, building such an enormous Talos is impossible. And no amount of contrition will change that. And even if by some miracle the people of Amity were willing to let bygones be bygones, they'd think that the plan is absurd. I think it's absurd. It's absurd and the change this. Tell you more. Ready to cancel with the strategy that many would call absurd. Everything you touch turns. Oh, no, not that one. Well, I can't argue with that logic. Enormous as the task is, it's simply a matter of finding a solution to a practical problem. From that perspective, it's not entirely unrealistic. But realistic or no, there's no guarantee of success. There are risks to consider should the venture fail. I imagine for a moment that we fail to reach Fothry, and only succeed in provoking him, and his fury. He may well unleash his hordes of eaters in what would be a horrible end. Then we shall go together. You overtake everyone. We could build for battle. I really want to say that option. see what you did there. That's how you win over the masses, with that aura of dependability. Very well, you've made your conviction clear, and I'm assured in spite of myself. I won't let my fears get the better of me. It's seemingly, if nothing, it's somewhat optimistic. I find it astounding that you can have such certainty given the circumstances. Tell me, why did you throw yourself into the midst of such a grueling struggle? Because I live for adventure. I got roped in. Indeed. What else could compel us to face such dangers? I too have someone I wish to protect, with whom I want to live out my days in peace. Strength to protect what matters. Now I'm motivated. We did it. Power of friendship prevails. By the gods, I can do this. I just need to have a little faith in myself. Alright, let's head to Amity and speak with the villagers, with Crystal. My love, things are liable to become more dangerous. I want you to wait for me back in Ilmore. No, wherever you go, I'm going too. Besides, you're not the only one who has to apologize. But there's no telling what may happen out there. I don't know if I can keep you safe. I don't think I have what it takes. Mr. Chai, that you are beset with doubt is proof that you can envision the task ahead. And that which man can envision, he can make reality. Thus did some old friends of mine once say. That which a man can envision, he can make reality. Thus did some old friends of mine once say. God, is that something Grahatia said? Even should it be fit for the divine, if something has been done before, then it most assuredly can be done again by our own hands. That's a little idealistic, don't you think? That is a human laugh animation, to say the least. Perhaps, Master Chai, perhaps. But what is man if not an idealistic creature? 'Tis not an easy thing to achieve one's dream. My friends can attest to that. Countless times did they meet with frustration in their course of their endeavors. None would have found fault with them had they given up, yet they never did. One step after the next, they forged on towards their goals. And for their determination, they accomplished numerous feats that many believed lay beyond the reach of mankind. Like them, you are a man of science. Amidst your doubts, surely there is a spark of desire, a desire to make the impossible possible. Come, darling, like the old days, I would be the first to see your Talos. And you shall be, my dear. I would have none other at my side when the greatest masterpiece awakens. Right then, to Amity. Glad my words struck a chord, shall we? Where are we on the clock? An hour and 20 minutes. You! You have every right to be angry with us, but please listen to what we have to say. I am tasked with delivering these people to Mount Golg by means of Talos of heretofore unseen proportions. However, I cannot do this without the cooperation of those with intimate knowledge of this land. That is, you and your fellow villagers. Cooperation? After you ignored my desperate pleas and cast me out, you have the gall to come here and ask for my cooperation. You have every right to be upset. Father is not the one to blame for your suffering, we are. We were free citizens without a care in the world, indifferent to the hardship of others. We didn't know what would become of you, and frankly we didn't care. But we now know that we did to you a full many was wrong. Terribly wrong. No words will suffice to make amends. But I want you to know that we are deeply sorry. Okay, I believe you. I'm not sure how I feel. Should I forgive you? Hate you? Perhaps it's not even my place to judge. After all, I sought a place in your city. I wanted to be you once. But one thing is clear to me. All of that is in the past, and we mustn't let past wrongs stand in the way of the brighter future. So I will cooperate with you. Please sue our friends to Mount Golg. You have my word. I'll set work on the design at once. Wouldn't do to have nothing to show the others when they return with help. Make no mistake, this venture is unprecedented in the history of Talos building, nay, the history of all mankind. But rest assured this genius of Daedalus Stoneworks will deliver. Wicked White. Is there a problem? Well, you see, I've been promised people to procure this stone as well as imbue magic. When I was put on the spot earlier, I thought that was all we required. But I forgot about one rather important item needed to bring Talos to life. The heart. Coco Row. You have to stand up for a moment. Been in the chair too long. Ow. 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 That's right, the heart. I'm pleased to see you have some familiarity with Talos. So while I work on the design, I'd be much obliged if you could see to procuring the ore with which to fashion a heart. A heart suitable to bringing to life a Talos that shall embrace the very firmament. Oh, there's Zach. Meet the Thals. You seek material for the Talos heart. I know people who may be able to assist. They are the Thals, a dwarven family that have long mined this land. No one knows its bounty as well as they. If you explain your situation, I'm sure they will be willing to cooperate. Indeed, 'twas one of them who showed me the secret tunnel to the top of the cliff. You will find the Thals at their village to the northwest, a place called Tamra. When you arrive, seek an audience with Chief Zamat. And not forget to greet him with a hearty lolly. Oh. Permit me to join you, Allah. I would keep my joints limber, and mayhap I can provide some manner of assistance. I'll leave the heart to you two then. A variety of ore doesn't matter so long as it's rich with ether. I'll aim for have my design complete by your return. Here we go. Shortest difference between 2 points is a straight line. But I am very gay, so the line will have a few waves in it. I have returned. I really like whatever sort of... Is that copper or... Looks like copper, like aged copper. Wait, is it copper that turns green? What's the Statue of Liberty made out of? I think it's copper. Let's go with copper. Oh, I walked past something. So this is Tomra. Seldom do we see the dwarven folk at the Crystarium, to now be in the presence of so many. I shall enjoy not having to crane my neck for a change. Hello. Lolly ho. Sorry, excuse for greeting. What's that? Where's your heart, lad? Your stones. Come, let's try it again. Lolly ho. Please tell me this is going to be like a gesture we're gonna get. Lolly ho? Do it. Yeah. Do it. Come on, Exarch. Do it for the vine that is dead. Not bad, not bad, but there's room for improvement. Any road, now that we've observed common courtesy, who are you and what are you doing here? At the recommendation of the denizens of Amity, we have come to seek the aid of the Thal family. May we speak with Chief Zamat? Why yes, yes you may. I am Zamat, and I bid you welcome to Tomra. If it's the folk of Amity what sent you here, you must have quite the tale to tell. Blah, 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 blah. You must have quite the tale to tell. Come, let's hear it. I have a feeling that gear's only gonna look good on Lullafels. Well, well. There I thought those below had no fight left in them. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with the floating volcano and all the sin eaters neither. If you're serious about restoring the peace to these parts, though, we'll gladly lend you a hand. However, you must do these side quests first. The kind of ore you seek is precious to us too. If I let you have it only for you to bungle things up and squander it, like no amount of ale will wash away my chagrin. First I need to make sure you're worthy by means of a trial. Aye, a trial most tricksy, passed down the line of Thal. And what is this trial? Come with me and I'll tell you all. Ominous. This way. So these are the little Lala homes. Only Lalafels may enter this area. Man. I'll get to experience that when I get my ult up here, I guess. I wonder if he'll comment on me, you know, not having a beard. Because it's supposed to be really important to them up here, right? That they have beards. Listen well. As you know, we are Minen folk, and in the Minen life, danger is constant companion. So when we come of age, each of us must prove our readiness to take the mines. This we do by undertaking a trial that tests the three traits all good miners can't do without. Discernment, diligence, and dexterity. We call it 3D mine. Okay. Now look on my helm. Mark its features well. You'll be given a slingshot, which you must use to shoot dwarves as where helms what? Wait. You'll be given a slingshot, which you must use to shoot dwarves as where helms what are different. Why is that worded so weirdly? I've already made the necessary arrangements. When you're ready to take trial, report to the observer nearby. Best of luck to you. Curious, is this... No, it's not different. I wonder why this area has different music. Dwarf Observer. Welly ho. You must be the challenger the chief mentioned. I'll show you to the rooftop at once. I'm sure you've been told in 3D Mine Runner you use a slingshot to shoot them as where the wrong helm. Let's begin with spot of practice, eh? Oh, I could barely see that. They shouldn't keep it up for the actual trial, eh? I assumed if they had the wrong helm on, they would show their Lalafell face. Next time the trial is true, let me know when you're ready. Let us begin. Done a fine show of discernment and dexterity. Was that it? She'll never lies. You've got... That was it? Wow. Some trial. That was some impressive shooting, lad. Consider me satisfied. It's plain you didn't come this far with luck alone, so I'll place my faith in you and help you find the ore you seek. Did you know that Kalusha is rich in sulfur? Well, it is. We've been mining this stuff since ancient times. And every so often the self-same veins yield what's called earth seed, a rare ore steeped in magic. Time was we used to refine earth seed for this and that, but the technique's been lost. The stuff's still out there to be had, but provided you know where to look. And no place is surer than Durgar's Tool. Problem is, the site's occupied by our age-old rivals, the Gogs. Greedy sods. Claim the place is theirs and refuse to let any other bugger near. There never was a more odious lot than the Gogs. I could go on forever about those hornless whoresons. But then we'd be here forever, and that won't get us nowhere. What it boils down to is this. If you want the Earth Seed, you've got to deal with the Gogs. Reckon you're up for the challenge? We've dealt with far worse. I am sure we can find a way to obtain what we need. It's a spirit? Now, to help you find your way, I'll have one of ours go with you. I'll do it. I'll go with him. Oh, it's that guy. Korrit. The legendary. I couldn't help overhearing. I knew the Eaters had flocked from Mount Gold. But I didn't know why. To think the last Light Warden's hiding up there. Fate of collusion. No, the world hangs in the balance. If I can be of some help, then I want to do my part. Your zeal is commendable, lad, but it isn't so simple. This here's Korrit. Young as he is, he's one of the village's finest miners. The lad's got an uncanny sense of where to dig, and his aim with a pickaxe is true as any dwarf's. But put him in the thick of battle, and he couldn't hit the side of a mine cart if he was sitting on it. If all he needed to do was dig, he'd be your dwarf, but he's liable to become Sin Eater's breakfast before he even manages to swing. It's true, I'm hopeless in a fight, but I still want to try. Please, please let me go with you. I'll take care of you. Take care of the ore. Thank you so much. I'll try my best not to be a burden. If you want to take Korrit, far be it from me to stop you. Keep him safe. Keep him secret, though, will you? We will most assuredly encounter Sin Eaters along the way. Though with you in our company, they will be more of a spectacle than a concern. Alright, we're in 78 quests. Here we have an instance. Let us go. Head east in your hands. Let's go. What is this buff? Making limits as only a true warrior like could. Come here. Oh, I'm synced. Amazing, you two are really strong. Such strength. May interest you, I'll agree here in the lands. Let's keep moving. Look only at me. It says I have aggro on all of them, but they're not paying attention to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you're not wrong. I do have Frey with me. You see the wrong thing. Your words are most heartening indeed. I feel like a young man again. He old. Well, how long have we known each other, huh? I want to read that. What do you say? Ah, we got interrupted. Well. Let me see. Oh boy. Come to me. Alright then. Oh no. Just as we're about to get there. One last push then, shall we, Allah? This is the fight music from Crystal Tower, Labyrinth of the Ancients to be exact. I remember because in the lead up to Shadowbringers, that's all you got in the frickin' roulette. It was just this over and over and over again. It? No. No! Exarch! Exarch, no! Your cure doesn't exactly do a whole lot, does it, man? Oh boy. Ow. Oof. I can move like this all day, dude. Come on, god damn it. Ah. Well. Well then. We are alive. Let's hurry inside before more sand eaters come. Alright, follow me please. I will take you to the Duger's Till, where the purest sulfur in the land may be found. There we go. Where are we at, time-wise? 1:52. Perhaps I can find a good stopping point somewhere along the way. Oh. This is interesting. Hello? It's like, oh yeah, that's right. People live here. The terrain and stench are many indication that we are at the tool. Ah, yeah. Gogs. With their ugly, unkempt beards. They realize we're here, they'll come after us. Best to take them down first. You're not so hasty, Kurrit. The animosity between two clans notwithstanding, I would not resort to violence unless necessary. I will use an enchantment to render you invisible. It will not fool sin eaters, but it will suffice to hide you from the eyes of men. While you are thus concealed, do you think you could find us, the Earthseed? Aye, I'll dig up the choicest stuff there is. We would be much obliged. No further ado then. Well! Right, a digging we will go. Let us not idle either. Kurrit cannot be seen. He may still be heard. I would aid him by removing some few cogs from the field. To that end, Dream Powder, as you may recall, we used it for the rescue mission at Langston Loft. Used it in Ilmore too. Truly, it seems our alchemist got a little carried away with the last bit. But if it has been useful in our endeavors, then I have no cause to complain. Now then, I shall make you invisible as well. You might steal close to the dwarves and give them a dose of dream powder. Even should it fail to put them to sleep outright, it should render them drowsy enough to seek their beds. Say the word and I will cast the enchantment. Lego. Ready to begin? Very good. Should the enchantment fade before you finish tending to all the dwarves, return to me and I will cast it anew. Away! Cannot run. I thought it said good dwarf. I was like, oh, that's a good dwarf. Sleep. I can barely keep my eyes open. Time to call it a day. At least we have normal walking speed. Oh, drowsy. Not safe to work when drowsy. Better get some rest. All work and no ale makes something of something. I'm spent. Yay. I did it. I'm back. All the dwarves have taken their leave. Good work, my friend. We've done all we can. Let us await Kurrit's return. I'm back. Dinosaur tail. This is the purest stuff there is. Think it's enough, or shall I go and dig up some more? Dare say it will suffice for our purpose. You have our gratitude for it. Let us carry this back to you've been away from the tower too long. Are you alright? Worry not, I shall be fine. Long as I have been away from the Crystarium, a little weakness is to be expected. I may have also overexerted myself in the moment, to have this rare opportunity yet to be unable to enjoy it to full. Who goes there? 'Tis I. Oh no. Ah, that's Glag, chief of the Gogs. You're one of those thalls. I see. Word was miners were coming back drowsy, one after the next. I immediately suspected foul play. And what should I find here but Thal scum skulking about? It's a spineless act, befitting your limp beards. Your limp beards. Are we still talking about beards here? What? I won't stand for that insult. Our beards are soft and luscious and smell like freshly tapped ale. Gog beards are dry and crusty and smell like a knocker's ass. Impudent whelp. Better a hobgoblin's nose hair than the feeble, floppy things you thalls have hanging from your faces. What? Like oil on water, this is not like the end of its own accord. Are they gonna throw down? Allah, do you perchance have some powder left? Into this. We shouldn't interrupt their conversation. Worry not, my friend. Something tells me you'll have ample opportunity later to witness their bickering. For now, however, we should be on our way. They sleep with their eyes open, that's weird. Forgive me, Kura, but we need to be calm as well. I'm sorry, when it comes to the Gogs, I can't help but see red. You needn't apologize, my friend. You are here on our account, and we have not but gratitude for you. Now that we have what we came for, however, it's time to take our leave. The Talos awaited its heart. Rich veins of hope. Well, my friend, much as I may have enjoyed our time together, I think it's best we split up, that we might accomplish our tasks more swiftly. I shall see the Earthseed safely to the hands of Chinus. While I am thus employed, would you be so good as to deliver Kuret back to Tomra? My thanks, Ella. Brief though it was, 'twas an honor to go adventuring with you. I shall see you back in Amity. And Tomra. Oh boy. You know how like people emote fight in this game with like they do like the ranger poses over and over again? That's what I was expecting to see in that moment. Just them swinging their arms around over and over. Lally-ho. Glad you're back and in one piece. How did you fare with the Earthseed then? I got them all they needed. The Exarch's on his way back to Amity with it now. Good to hear that young Kara was of help. As it happens, a few others came forward while you were gone, saying they wanted to do their bit as well. Given that you're building a Talos, we reckoned you'd be needing some mining tools. So we went and modified our spare pickaxes with her use of bigger folk. Here, take these with you. Should be plenty to go around. From what our scouts tell me, there's a crowd gathered at top rung already. Go and see that everyone has a pickaxe to swing, eh? I enjoyed this. The dwarves were funny than I thought they'd be. I don't know why I thought the dwarves would be super serious. Oh, it's the way of the mountains and mining, and my cousin, whatever his name is, will give us a grand welcome in the mines of Moria. But no, they're just Lalafels with cool helmets. Crawling death. What crawls along the ground, leaving naught but death in its wake. If you guess crawling death, you'd be correct. You will also be dead unless you sleep first. Go away. Alrighty. Ali Alfie, I'm home. Look, Alla, people from all over have come to help us quarry stone. This isn't even all of them. As we speak, the volunteers Thancred and Reen recruited are being escorted to the work site, and by both Crystarium and Warren soldiers, no less. So as you can see, we have plenty of hands. There's just one problem. We don't have enough tools to put in them. We've been desperately trying to round up more, but we haven't made much luck so far. Well... Pickaxes from the dwarves. Trust you have exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. Well, what are we waiting for? Go and hand them out to everyone so that they can get to work. You get an X. 15. I gotta hand out 15 of these? Oh, you clearly weren't, and now neither are we. Rest assured, we will put these to good use in a very hard. Yay! Of course, one cannot work on an empty stomach, which is why I brought some tasty worms to share. As much as we would all enjoy a treat, perhaps the worms are best saved for afterwards. Greetings, Alla. You may not remember me, but I'm one of the carers from the inn at Journey's Head. After return to Amarang, we noticed a change in our patients. Transformation had halted in every one of them. I can't express what it did to the mood of the place. We were still celebrating days later, when who would come along but Alize? She said she sought the aid of those who believed in the Warrior of Darkness, and all answered her call right then and there. Of course, some few carriers had to remain behind, but as many of us came as could be spared. I too have great respect for the Warrior of Darkness. When we meet, I'll be sure to treat him to a nice plump worm. I'm sure the Warrior of Darkness loves all manner of slimy, plump things. Ugh. Magnus. We've come, Alla. In case you're wondering, Gutho is here too. Couldn't wait to start breaking rocks, though. So he's gone on ahead. He could have at least let us spare some tools. Oh, wonderful. Now we can be about it. Quarrying isn't my stock in trade, but this time I feel as though my wife will be with me, guiding my hand. So let's make it happen. Let's build a world where everyone can live without fear, where everyone has a place they can go home to. Right then, let's be on our way. What are you still doing here, Thaf? I thought you bought your own tools. I did. I was just about to head off when I saw Jarek. Gods, oh gods, if this plan is work, a giant Talos comes to life. Just imagine the size of the trolley it can push. Imagine it. Are you still raving on about that? How many times do I have to tell you that it's not what the Talos is for? Where in the hells would the tracks even go to? There's bound to be somewhere. You just need a little imagination, seeing as the stoneworks is involved. Maybe we could have a trolley added to the design. Enough for going to work. And if I hear anything more about trolleys from you, I'll have you pushing it yourself. Next up, Kaishir. We're ready to do our bit, Allah. We just need tools to do it with. Pickaxes, load of them. Now we may all work to our heart's content. While I don't have many talents, I do have a strong back, and what strength I have, I'll gladly use for the sake of peace. We got a ladder moving again, didn't we? If we join hands, there's no Talos we can't build. Still haven't repaid you enough for saving me, and I'm not sure I ever could. But that ain't going to stop me trying. I'm with you to the end. Come on, you lot look lively. Let's mosey. Alright then. My thanks, Allah. With that, everyone is now equipped to work. I think I'll go and join the soldiers standing guard over the volunteers. It would be a shame if they fell prey to sin eaters after all the trouble we've gone to. Right. Let's see that this plan is a resounding success, for the sake of all in regret. That none shall ever again. Well, my friend, it appears we are the only ones left here. If there are no other pressing tasks, would you accompany to Amity? Aristola is overseeing those who will be the Talos of Magics. Come, let us join them at once. Oh, damn it. Go. Go away. Good of you to join us. I'm pleased to say we have gathered ample help with the imbuing. With Master Chai in the process of finalizing his design, I've taken the liberty of dispatching all hands to their positions. You heard all along as though I have my house in order, but quite frankly, this is the most disorganized mess of a project I've ever overseen, and I haven't spent nearly as much time as I would like on my calculations. So thou at last proclaimed loudly and frequently, Master Chai. Yet from my perspective, a layman's though it may be, haste notwithstanding, thou hast gone to great lengths, abiding by proven methodology to ensure the integrity of thy design. Aye, well, that's just the bare minimum that's to be expected of us at the Stoneworks. Though our glory days are behind us, I've not forgotten our time-honored traditions. But I should mention that the Exar delivered the ore as I asked for, Earthseed, I believe he called it. In that quantity, I believe we can fashion a suitable heart for the Talos. And then everything will be in readiness, or so I would like to say. Is there a problem? In a Talos of, well, any reasonable size, a single heart will serve to circulate ether throughout the chassis. But given the unprecedented proportions of that which we seek to build, doubt that will be the case. By installing smaller peripheral hearts at intervals, I believe that we can maintain a stable ether flow, thereby solving the problem. However, we don't have enough of this ore for this purpose. Not for it, but to procure more, I suppose. Or mayhap now is a good time to bring them out. Moment, friends, there's something I would show you. Heartstones? Yar, the most prized possession of we, the Knights Blessed. These belong to our kindred who have left us. Immersed in water imbued with fervent prayer, these stones harbor no small amount of magic, and we may imbue them with yet more prayer to their installation on the Talos. Thank you. Wow, just all the Infinity Gems. Being from a different region, these cannot be used for the main heart. Peripheral ones, on the other hand, I believe they will serve. Excellent. When Master Patoya spoke to us of the role we are to play, Heartstones immediately came to mind. Of course, before bringing them with me, I made certain to consult my fellows first. After all, stones bear the precious lives of those who have gone to the Sunless Sea. But we have now beheld the Sunless Sea with our very own eyes. By the gentle lights of that glimmer on high, we know that there is peace beyond. Thus are we also at peace. If our heartstones may serve to restore night to all the world, gladly do with giving them away. So, Master Chai, if you could instruct us on how to distribute the heartstones. And Allah, for good luck, may I ask that you imbue one as well? Interesting. I feel like this has implications. Oh, I'm in the Heartstones. I'm going to imbue Heartstone. Rest assured, it is not difficult. Simply raise your hand and focus as you would when attuning to an aetheryte. Imbue the jade-colored stone here, if you would be so kind. do, thank you, Allah. If this heartstone appears familiar, it's because it belonged to Todia. It bears collective hope of the Knights Blessed. The hope that none shall ever again be sacrificed to sin-eaters. Right. I've identified the spots in the Talos where these stones are needed. See that they're amply imbued, and install them as I've indicated on this diagram. Understood. We will set about the task at once. When the Talos awakens and the way to Mount Gulg is secured, we shall sally forth. It promises to be a trying climb, so take what rest you can in the meantime. We will see you soon. Momentary injury. You said that you would have measures ready in the event that our friend fails to contain the light. Do you? Be assured that I do. All which I requireth lieth in this land. So what's the plan exactly? To my deepest regret, I cannot reveal the plan to thee. In order for it to succeed, 'tis vital that thou remainest ignorant of its nature until the time is right. Yet though I may thus keep my counsel, know that I have only thy safety at heart. So rest easy, my friend, and take such ease as thou mayst, the better to be ready for the trials to come. Whatever. I'm told the rock for the chassis is more than or less ready, all quarried and shaped and laid out. It just leaves the imburers to do their work. I'll continue checking my calculations up until the very last moment, but it's only a matter of time now. We managed to rally nigh everyone in Orvran for this endeavor. That's a remarkable feat in of itself, but will it be enough? Respite. There's no point in worrying about such things now. I'll get to my calculations. You meanwhile should go rest as your friend suggested. My wife and the Exarch should be in the tavern. Why don't you join them? Oh, and Allah, thank you. The Exarch? He went outside a moment ago, my dear. I would have thought you'd seen him. He kept me company for a short while, then he came over rather pale. He's clearly been straining himself, the poor thing. Anyway, he excused himself, saying he needed a breath of fresh air. Weak as he looked, I did offer to go with him. He assured me he would be fine. I do hope he is alright. Exarch! Oh, well, that's convenient. Come on, damn it. Well, I saw the thing. this thing again. Appear to be anywhere in the vicinity. My shoe book is unflinching southward. What's the significance of this? I think you overdid it, pal. Come on.
The future is where my destiny awaits. Forgive me, I was lost in a dream. I needed some fresh air and thought to rest for a moment. It would seem I am more fatigued than I realized. Too much time away from the tower, I fear. It drains me, leaves my body frail and weak. Though, in truth, it is debatable whether I can still call this my body.
Did you Nort somebody?
When first I turned my mind towards the salvation of the world, I came to the conclusion that it would take many long years, many more than remain to me. And so I made myself one with the Crystal Tower, that I might live indefinitely. I am but an extension of it now, hence my weakness the farther I travel, and the longer I am away. It has been quite a journey, but thanks to you, the end is in sight. My wish will finally be fulfilled. How goes the construction effort? Then this may be the last moment we have to ourselves for a while. Come, sit with me. Tell me, when all of this is over, what will you do?
The Empire. What I always do. Rest a while. Gotta go back to the Empire.
Ah, yes. Even should we succeed in forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, the spectre of war will remain. But to declare your intent with such easy resolve, you truly are a hero's hero, my friend. But whatever it is you decide to do, I have every confidence that you will do well. For you have the strength to forge your own path. You will leave countless lives better than you found them, and the souls you touch will never forget your kindness. Then, in trying times, when you question your worth and your choices, they will raise their voices to remind you of the difference you have made. And thus will your deeds come to affirm your path. Remember this.
What do you do when this is all over? I would know more of you.
Of me? You mean what I intend to do afterwards? I once told you that there are things we can ill afford to lose. Things, I said, though in truth, I spoke of a person. One who is unaware of the full extent of my plans. Though he deserves to know, I have good reason to keep my counsel. I have come to terms with this in my mind, yet my heart yearns to lay everything bare. For he is my inspiration, and I would give much and more for the chance to speak with him as friends,
with no thought of concealment. Should he indulge me with his tales, I would regale him with my own about my efforts in Northrend, perhaps. Though, ultimately, that tale is more yours than it is mine. Then, I would ask him about his next adventure. And if he should wish me to be a part of it, oh, how happy it would make me. Together we would travel the lands and cross the seas and take to the skies upon the eternal wind. My heart swells simply to imagine it.
I think he's the artist.
But all of this is contingent upon our victory in the coming battle.
I think he's the artist that Arper was talking about in that cave. The one who painted the murals. That's who I think he's most likely to be.
The people of this world have entrusted their hopes to us. We cannot fail them. Nor those who roused me from my slumber. Thank you for your company, my friend. Let us return to Amity.
Going long on this one, aren't we? Yep, we're already at 2:30. It's fine. Though if we come into like an instance battle or something, I think I'll pause it there. Worry not, my friend. I am much revived for the fresh air, and your fine company, of course. Now then, let us turn our thoughts back to the task at hand. Imperial Palace and the Source. Oh boy. Room. Our favorite deliverers causing revolve rumors are the level. With a nation and a group of war, we may rely on patriotic zeal to prevent them from resurfacing. And what of Emet-selch? He has taken himself to the first, to usher the world to its end. Or so I believe. He did not disclose the details of his mission, having ever preferred to work alone. Even to those who have known him since the beginning, his actions can prove unpredictable. I am no stranger to his ways. He joys in playing me for a fool. Full many times have I been convinced I was acting of my own volition, only to discover all was as he willed it. My dear grandfather. On the subject of our esteemed colleague, his last report, though brief, did contain one item of interest. You have doubtless wondered why the scions of the Seventh Dawn have not taken to the field of late. It is because they are no longer in the Source. The hero of the scions has journeyed to the First, as have his comrades, albeit incompletely. Their bodies yet remain here in the Source. This presents an opportunity. If we can defeat the Alliance prior to the Scion's return, we may eliminate the Order at a stroke. With the Scions gone, none shall remain to thwart our plans. It will be but a matter of striking down the hero upon his homecoming. Which, lest you forget, is essential to the realization of our objective. Of both of our objectives. Through Heidelin's meddling, your champions threaten to wrest the reins of fate from our grasp. The world is at risk of being dragged down the false path, one which will never see man reclaim his true form. It is unthinkable that he should supplant us, incomplete as he is. Such a devolution is abhorrent, and it must be stopped before it is too late. Excuse me. The hour has come, your Radiance. Order your armies to march once more. Crush all who stand in your way. This is your heart's desire, is it not? To seize a victory that is yours and yours alone, for the future of Garlemald. Oh dear. You do not wear the mummers Maltly well. I was never one to take an interest in tedious conflicts. Is that the real Xenos? Is that the real Xenos? Ooh. The whereabouts of my one true friend, however, they interest me greatly. I but hope the beast of this first are providing him proper sport. I would know every detail, Lord Xenos. Or would you rather I called you Elidibus? Unexpected. Most unexpected. That immortality should be within the reach of one who one with a borrowed echo. You have outdone yourself, Xenosiagalus. Are we about to watch this go down right now? I have no particular attachment to that name. But I am rather fond of that body. Without it, I cannot enjoy my hunt to the fullest. Your secrets or my flesh. I care not which you give me first. The choice is yours. Don't fade away now. Don't fade away now. Come on. Oh my god. Dude. Come on. Well, if it's gonna end there, we gotta end there. We gotta end it right there, right now. Oh my god. What a fucking cliff. How? Why? Oh well. Anyway, it's been a fun 2 hours and 37 minutes. I'm gonna take a break. Hopefully jump back on tonight before I have to sleep. Either way, I will see you all later. Take care now.
Bye-bye.